Okay, hello everybody. Today is Thursday. It's May what, 7th or 8th. I can't even keep track of the dates. And I just want to welcome you to today's call. Today's very exciting day for the week. There's some rank people that advance in rank. There's people that are moving their business forward. I specifically want to recognize those that are moving their business forward. And I want to recognize our own coach, Ivy. Ivy has been working diligently to move her business forward. In her second business center, she was able to move it to a diamond status. So congratulations to her on working on that. Um, also, I see that in the other teams that we're growing at a good pace. And I'm going to read off some names that are brand new to the team. The addition to this week was 11 new coaches to this team. So that's awesome. And I cannot complain. That's 11 new people that have committed to a better lifestyle. They're actually going to work their business. Some of them may just be taking advantage of the discount, but it's something to be really, really proud of. Let me see if I have the names here. I'm looking them up right now. Okay, I got it right here. So I see that Ivelisse Ferreira sponsored, in the past week, sponsored 3 coaches. Esa es Jocelyn, Karen, y Marlene. Bene Ortiz sponsored 1 coach. Ivy Morales sponsored 2 coaches, 2 new coaches. Lee Colon sponsored 2 new coaches. Ursula Garcia, ella sponsored 1 coach. Evelyn Nunez sponsored 2 new coaches, Delma and Rosa. And Uchi again, another coach named Layla. Congratulations on moving your business forward. This is a testament that you're taking your business serious, and I applaud you for that. That's something that not everyone was or has been able to move their business forward from April to May, which are the months where most people tend to slow down. But in reality, you need to keep the pace. You got to keep steady. So for those coaches that did it, I applaud your efforts. For those that are working right now and currently working, keep going. Keep going. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. I know many of us have the goal of, in May 20th, hitting our goal of rank advancement. Keep working on it. Keep working on it. All right. So today's call, I want to get to it real quick, is about finding your inner leader. Okay. Finding that inner leader that you have it, you're capable of, but it's not really coming out. And I just want to highlight a couple of things. Whenever you're getting started as a coach, you have to make a decision. When you get started as a coach, you did not sign up to have another boss. And if you have that clear, that's something that is going to actually benefit you. But when people, they come in and they just automatically just start waiting for people to tell them what to do, you're already in an employee mentality. You don't want to be in an employee mentality. You don't want to come across as somebody that's just waiting to be told. So what you got to do is to find that inner leader in you, is to see what the behaviors of leaders are. Okay, and what I'm going to go over is different things that are going to identify what a leader is. But I want to break it down from the beginning. There's 5 types of coaches, okay? And you can write them down so that you can pretty much differentiate between all of them. There's 5 types of coaches. And all of us know the first one. The first one is a discount coach. And everybody knows a discount coach. Discount coach is somebody that just likes to take advantage of the 25% discount. And, you know, they may or may not refer you somebody every now and then, but they don't really want to tap into what the business opportunity of coaching is. All right. That's what a discount coach is. One thing that I'm going to tell you is if you have discount coaches, you should not just stop right there. What you got to do with a discount coach is get to know them, establish relationships with them, and finding out what is a need in their life is going to help you a lot. What you want to do is establish a relationship with your coaches that are there for the discount, because let me tell you this, unfortunately, they're temporary. These are temporary coaches. And when you have temporary coaches, guess what? Your qualifications go away. The team volume goes down. So what you want to make sure is that a discount coach eventually turns into a coach that is actually wants to, you know, that wants to learn more about the business and actually build it. But the only way that you're going to develop this kind of shift from a discount to a coach that builds is actually to have a relationship with them. If you're just putting them in and forgetting about them, it's not going to work. All right. So discount coaches, welcome them into your business. There's nothing wrong with a discount coach. Nothing wrong with that. But remember and have it clear that a discount coach is a temporary person that's going to come into your business. They're not going to stick around for a long time. Okay. They're coming in for the fitness benefit. And if you don't establish a relationship with them, peace out. Normally around the 90-day window, you're not going to see them again. So keep that in mind. So you want to get better. If you need to invest, and take a note, invest in yourself on how to influence people, because that is going to help you when you talk to someone to influence them into actually building a business. All right. I don't say convincing, influence. It's a difference. Look it up. All right. Number two is called, it's what I call a social coach. A social coach is somebody that likes to hang out, and he or she, they like to hang out with the team. That's all they want to do. They like to attend events. They like to, be on conference calls. They want to be at meetings. They just like being around you. So a social coach is somewhat of a fan of yours. Somebody that really likes who you are. They like your friendship. They like being around the culture, the people. And it's not somebody that really chooses to build a business. You're going to have social coaches in your business. Welcome them, with open arms. They're still part of your team, They sometimes turn into just people that turn referrals to you. Because in reality, a social coach acts like they want to build a business. They tell you that they want to move on and they want to actually build this. And they'll tell you all day, I really want this. I really, really want this. But their actions don't show it. So just love on them and keep them in your business. But know for sure that these people are not going to build it. So don't spend your energy with people that come in and they're just a social coach. It's not worth it. One thing that you don't want to do is turn into that kind of person that wants to make somebody successful, because you're really going to drain your energy. All right. You're going to have the discount coaches. You're going to have the social coaches that really don't want to do much, but some of them just want to hang out, and welcome them. Okay. So those are the first two. Number three is what I call an amateur. It's an amateur coach. All right. This is a coach that they start off well, right? They start running right off the gate. Bam, bam. Oh, you know what? I sponsored 1 or 2 or 3 people, and they started doing successfully. Okay? And as they start doing successful, they immediately start sponsoring and building a business, and it's quick. And you're like, wow, I got a superstar in my hands. I got somebody that really wants to do this. Then what happens is that eventually they run out of the list that they're working, and they find themselves in a place that we call the NFL club, which is the No Friends Left club. They find themselves with no list. They find themselves like, wow, I just went right through everybody. I was able to generate some money right away. These people sometimes even hit diamond, like bam, fast, boom. And you're like, wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. I guess I got a leader. What you need to be aware is their behaviors. That their behavior is about enrolling right away, enrolling people. It's like a little bottle rocket. They take off quick, and they just pop. And once they pop, it's downhill from there. So I want you to be aware of those, because they do come into our business. These are coaches that help you out to achieve some goals, but they're not really committed. They never, ever fully commit to their business. So these are people that they just go through the list of people. They get into challenge groups. They get maybe emerald or sometimes even diamond. But once the going gets tough, that's when you lose them. That's when you start seeing them not showing up at events. That's when you start to see them kind of like they don't show up to the team calls. And then you're like, what happened? This person was really active, but because they don't have a list anymore, they think that they don't have a list. It's a state of the mind. When you think that that's happening, that's when it starts to go downhill. And why does this happen? Because this person, an amateur coach, does not believe in investing in themselves to learn new skills. And the only reason why you run out of a list is because you choose not to invest in yourself. So an amateur coach is somebody that's going to do that and is never going to find that connection, that desire, that why. They're not going to ever connect their why with their business. If they don't connect their why with the business, it's really a bad formula. So an amateur never makes that connection. And guess what happens? They never connect to their why, and then they finally feel guilty and quit. All right. And these are people that eventually down the line in your business are going to quit. You just predict it. Okay. And these people, they come in, and once they quit, they go out and tell the world, depending on who asks them. Somebody's going to ask them, hey, what happened? Weren't you in Beachbody? And they're going to be like, yeah, I was at Beachbody. And you know what they're going to say? They normally say, yeah, but it didn't really work out. That stuff don't work. When in reality, who didn't work was them. So that person didn't work. The amateur coach normally will be in your business temporarily, and then all of a sudden, quick success, and then drops. But doesn't find the balance. The balance is to invest in themselves, to learn new skills, to keep that list going, and finally connect to their why. But they never find that connection. And then they end up being those people out there that would tell others, oh, that stuff doesn't work and all that. When in reality, they're the ones that failed. Okay, so be aware of the amateur coaches that never move from an amateur position. All right, that's number 3. Now, number 4. Number 4 is the meat, okay? But these are the top 20 to 15% of the people in your business. Is going to be the business building coach. Okay, this is a coach that does the 3 vital behaviors. They invite all the time. They invite to the fit clubs. They're loud mouths all the time. They're just inviting to fit clubs. They're inviting to meetings. They're inviting to conference calls. They're inviting to 3-way calls. So they do the invitation, vital behavior number 1. They also become a product of the product. What do? They drink their Shakeology every day. They post sweaty pics. They post to their challenge groups. They follow up with their challengers. 3 vital behaviors. Okay. And then number 3, they also do personal development. They either read daily or they listen to a podcast and whatever. So these coaches are very, very important in your business, because these coaches are the ones that eventually will step up. Not all will. Keep that in mind. Not all business building coaches will step up into a professional level, which is the next one. And the reason I'm saying this is because some people learn at a different pace. They take their time. It's not their time. Their desire is not there, or they're just going through the motions. All right. A business building coach is sort of like an amateur, but at the same time became an apprentice, somebody that's learning. Okay. Now that you stepped out of the apprentice and your business building, this is very important that you eventually develop into professional, because only then a business builder will choose to invest in themselves. They invest in themselves. They choose to learn new techniques, new things that eventually a leader must have. And let me tell you, a business builder will normally stick in your business longer than 6 months. It's somebody that sees a little bit of vision for at least 6 months to a year. And they will eventually turn into a professional, but that has to do with desire. The key separator between a coach that is going to build a business as a Team Beachbody coach, and someone that goes professional, there's a difference. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. There's a difference. It's because they eventually find that the desire in them is higher. It's bigger than the business. Once you connect to your inner person, you find that inner leader. When you're in that business development point of your organization, like you see it, it's when you're going to break off from being a business builder to a professional. So desire is not something you can put in people. Desire comes from within. I cannot make you want this. You have to want it. So you have to think like that towards your coaches in your organization. Take a look at the people that you have sponsored and identify, as you build relationships with them, if they have the desire to really build a business and why. If you have a coach that does have that connection within themselves, they do have desire to move on. They want something better. They want more out of life. You may have a leader, okay? And I want you to tap in and help them with personal development. Most of the time, what breaks out a business builder to a professional is personal development. So that's one thing that you need to always duplicate in your organization, is to really, really emphasize that your coaches get personal development, and that they make that a lifestyle. Because I'm gonna tell you, a coach that doesn't read books for 1 year and a coach that reads one book a month for a whole year, you have two different people at the end of the year. It's the truth. You are not going to be the same person if you read one book a month than not reading anything. Because your level of thinking and your level of knowledge is stagnant versus rising up every month, which makes you a better attractive person to work with. You know, people look at you and like, wow, this person has really grown. There's something different about this person I really want to be a part of, because since they started in that business, that Team Beachbody business, they're changing, and for the better. What is it? What's going on? And then they're going to want your secret sauce. But if you're not really searching for that personal development, it's not going to move you into the professional level. All right. So next one that I'm going to talk about is number 5, the professional coach. And here's what a professional coach does. Is a coach who understands that business building has to do with team building, team culture. Okay. So you have to look at your organization, even if it's 3 people in it. It doesn't matter if it's 2 people in it. Do you have a team culture already brewing, coming up? So a professional understands the importance of building a team and team culture. If you get to have this initial part of the formula, you're already ahead of a lot of coaches, even if you're just getting started. What you want to have is team culture in your head already embedded, because a professional understands that right away. And advancing in rank becomes something that is a byproduct. But you still have to understand that if you don't advance in rank, your coaches are not going to believe that this is possible. So you get started, they know you as a coach, then you advance to Emerald Coach. They're like, wow, my coach just went to Emerald Coach. That's crazy. And then they see you advance to Ruby, or they see you advance up to Diamond, and they're like, wow, if my coach did it, I can do it. You have to see your sponsoring coach increase to get a little bit of a belief that you can do it too. So do your coaches. Your coaches want to see that you're advancing in your business so that they see that it's possible that they advance in their business. That a professional understands. So guess what they do? They set goals to hit certain ranks every 90 days. Every 90 days, you should see, not all the time. Some ranks are a little harder to get, or some recognition is harder to get, but your upline coach is always working. If he's a professional, she will always have a goal to meet a certain rank. Why? Because they're doing it to motivate you, and you should do it to motivate your coaches. It is a duplication, okay? So it is important that you make these kind of goals because it makes it believable. They know you. And if they know you, it's not something like they can't relate to. They can relate to you. They know you. So another thing that a professional understands is that by sharing their goals, they're involving their team. So share your vision. Share what you want to do with this business. Share where you want to take this business to. I'm telling you, it'll go a long way if you start sharing where you want to take this business. The moment that you stop talking vision, the moment that you stop talking about what you want to do and take this team to, your coaches are going to scatter around. And the only reason this happens is because your vision is disconnected. You want to talk to your coaches consistently about your vision. Even talk to your clients. Talk to your challengers, people that are in challenge groups. Talk to them about the vision you have for your business. Because you know what? They may be a coach in disguise, waiting for the right opportunity or the right thing to say that says, you know what? I should do this coaching thing. So always sharing what your commitment is as a coach and where you want to take this goes a long way for your team, for that team culture. Okay. Now, like I said before, a professional coach understands team culture, right? So then where does that take you? Events. Events is something a professional understands that in order for your coaches to get the story other than from your lips, you have to put them in front of other coaches and in front of other successful coaches, in front of people that have stories to tell. That's why events build that belief. And you got to understand that that is a pillar in your business, is getting your coaches into events because they don't have to hear it all the time from your mouth. If you're the one that's consistently talking to your coaches all the time, that eventually becomes a dependency. And they depend on you to tell them everything. What you want to do is get your coaches in front of professionals. get your coaches in front of people that are successful. And how do you do it? You take them to events. You always promote events. That is a professional coach mindset. Professionals fill seats at events because it is not up to them to be the system. It's up to the system to train their coaches. And the system right now is every event that's available to you, you should be taking your coaches to, because that's their learning curve other than what you're telling them. And that is one secret that a lot of coaches fail to understand, that events is what grows your business. Events is what gets you to break out from the business builders that are amateurs, that are just apprentices. So if you show up to an event, your coaches are going to be like, well, I don't want to stay behind. I want to go too. If they really feel the team culture. If they don't, they're not going to come. They ain't going to come. They ain't going to even see the importance of coming. That's why it starts from the bottom, and building that team culture, a professional understands that. Sharing vision, sharing your commitments, sharing about events. And if you don't have an event, create an event. Make one. Even if it's 5 people, but create an event. Let me tell you this analogy. Most of us like to go to concerts. I don't know if you like to go to concerts, but when you think about your favorite artist, right? In the world of us in this team, most of us are Dominican, and we like Romeo Santos as somebody that sings bachata. You can listen to his CD all day. You can listen to the recordings all day, and it's a nice song. But the moment you get a chance to go see him live, and you have the ability to go see him live, wouldn't you take that chance? You do have the ability. You can take the afternoon off. You can take the day off. The ticket is mad cheap, and you can go. Or, you know what? I don't care if it's $1,000. I'm going to go. So it depends on you. How bad do you want it? So what do? You do whatever it takes to go to the event, to go see that person live. It's never the same to just listen to recordings than to go see the person live. And at the event, it is not just watching the person be on stage. It's more than that. It's the experience. It's the who are you there with? Are you making friends? Did you make a new contact? Did you get to know somebody new? It's the whole overall experience of being at the event that makes it special. You know, and most people at events is where they get their aha moment. It's when they get a light bulb go off, because they can relate to the story being told or the performance being done. So I want you to always think about that. Don't take that away from your coaches. Don't you ever take that away from your coaches. Let them decide that they don't want to do it. But don't take that away from them, and get them to, it is your duty to get them to an event, because you never know who you sponsored. You may have sponsored the next superstar in Beachbody. You don't know that you have in your organization somebody that just needs to hear something right at an event. That's why it is your duty to sit them down at an event seat. So professionals understand this, because the more seats get filled, the higher the paycheck. It's like a known formula. The more seats get filled at events, the higher the paycheck, because people come out of there with vision, and they come out of there with determination. And once they come out of there, now your business starts to move as a team. Team culture, right? So that's one thing so growth is a must, but how do you grow? Duplication. If you attend events, your coaches should be attending events too. If you're at a conference call, your coaches should be at a conference call too. So right now, quick test, you're a coach, you're in this call. Do you have coaches? Yes or no? If yes, are they on this call? check yourself. So you want to understand that in order for you to duplicate, your coaches have to understand the importance of why you are at a certain event. You got to tell them, I am there is not because I just want to sit there for a half hour and be at a conference call. I'm there because I know that I'm going to learn something new every single time that I'm there. You don't have the right to take that away from your coach. What you got to do is do whatever it takes to get them to the conference call, whatever it takes to get them to that Fit Club, whatever it takes to get them to Summit, whatever it takes to get them to a regional Super Saturday. It's up to you to just choose. Am I going to be an amateur in this business and fail consistently? Am I going to be just a little business builder that just has a short-term vision, 6 to 12 months? Guess what a professional looks at their business? A professional looks at their business 3 to 4 to 7 years down the road. It is a full commitment, all-in commitment, that in the next 3 to 4 years, they're taking that as their learning curve. They're not taking that as, well, let me try this for 2 years, and if it doesn't work, that's it. No, a professional understands that in order for the market to actually hit that critical mass, I don't know if you understand what critical mass is, but critical mass is when you're bringing your business steadily, and then all of a sudden it hits.
I can't hear you. Is that just me or everybody?
On mute. Oh, thank you.
I can't hear you.
Thank you. You hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, so.
I can hear you, yeah.
Thank you.
So you've been on mute for like a minute or two.
Okay, so let me go back.
Okay.
All right, so like I was saying, critical mass. Here's what critical mass is. Critical mass is when you are consistently bringing coaches to events, and you consistently do that over and over, over and over, over and over, because your commitment is 3 to 7 years beyond. A professional coach sees this business as something that is going to be for a long time. Okay, so as people begin to participate, you have no control on how serious they take their business. No control over it. But it is up to you. You don't have the right to take that away from them. So a professional understands this principle. And what happens is in this networking business, there is a learning curve, and the learning curve is 2 to 3 years. Are you willing to go to the professional level, invest in yourself so that you cut that learning curve down? The longer you wait to invest in yourself, the longer the learning curve is going to be. So I want you to really, really think. If you're not where you want to be in your business right now, it's probably because you haven't taken it up a notch. You may be at that amateur point. You may be at that business building coach where you have a little team. But in order for you to be a professional, you have to fill seats at events. It's a little secret. It's a dirty little secret not everybody gets. But once you get it, and once that light bulb goes off and says, wow, all I really needed was to fill seats at events, and all of a sudden my team is just blowing up. All I really needed was to get my coaches to appear at conference calls, and my business took off. All you really need, really, I'm telling you, there's, out of all these years doing this networking business, the key to this business is to be a big promoter of events. That is a key function. And professionals understand this. That is the only way that you're going to increase your paycheck from 5 figures to 6 figures. And it happens without you having control, because people that come to events get their aha moments at events. They don't get it from you telling them something. They get it from learning it from another person, another successful leader. That's the way it does it. Okay, so personal growth, attending events, sharing team culture, understanding that team culture is what's going to take you places. That in the long term, 2 to 3, 4 years, it's what's going to get you to a professional way of earning money in this business. So if you're just getting started, you have to decide what kind of coach are you going to be. Are you going to be an amateur coach, a business builder, or a professional coach? Professional coaches go beyond, I would say, Team Beachbody. They understand the industry they're in. They understand that if you build a team, it has to withstand the test of time. That if one day Beachbody is no longer, will you still be a team? And that's what you gotta think. Will the people still be in your business or with you, even if the company goes belly up for some reason? You gotta think about that. So who are the people that you're creating relationships with as your coaches? You got to create relationships. You have to know them. If they don't know that you care, they don't care about nothing else. So you have to create that. And only a professional understands this. So it's something that, it really hit me 2 years ago when I understood that it was not about me. It wasn't chasing rank. It's really team culture, events, and personal development. And then our business took off, because there is nothing that's going to deny us from our goals. Our goals are big, and they have dates as far as 2020, 25. They're long term with this business, not with another company, with this business. So we're in here for the long haul. And those that come in and they say they just want to try this, coaching thing, they're going to fail. Whoever comes into your business and say, I'll just try this coaching thing with you, they're temporary. They will fail because they already came in with a mentality to fail. Not everyone that you bring into this business will be a professional. Sorry to break that news to you. 2% of the company does professional business, professional earning. Only 2%. The numbers tell you. Only 500 coaches made elite last year. 74 coaches made premier last year. And at superstar diamond status, it's only like 20 or 21 right now that made superstar diamond, which is 15-star diamond. So we're talking about 700 coaches at best out of a network that has over 200,000 coaches. We're talking about very low percentage. It's actually a professional, successful. But it's a decision. How many will decide? I'm telling you, 98% will fail. 98% of the people that you bring in will not reach that level. But you have to make a decision. Are you going to remain in that 98%, or are you going to push yourself consistently to break out of the 98% and move into the 2%? If you don't have the desire and you don't have the vision to be in that 2%, you might as well quit right now, because you're wasting time. Really, wasting time. What you want to do is put a plan together. Find that inner desire in you. Connect it to why you want to build this business. And all of a sudden, you will have a feel every day that's going to get you up in the morning and tell you, whatever it takes, I am going to do this business. And if you feel you're weak in a certain area, invest in yourself. Find some personal development. Get a course. There's mad courses out there. Who do I recommend? Danny Johnson. I recommend Danny Johnson all the time. You guys know this because that's the system that I believe has helped us be where we are. I want you to be where we are. It hurts for me to see that I can take a trip whenever I want to and you can't, because I want you to be in the same spot as I am. If I'm walking on a beach, I want you to be there with me. Don't think that it's impossible. It is not. I was there right where you are, thinking if it was possible. It is possible. But you got to be willing to invest in yourself. You have to do it. To be successful and build a large organization, you have to understand that coaches, some are temporary, some will be there for a while, and then there are the professionals. You have to make that decision. Okay? If you have a dream, to just simply have more choices in life, to, put money away for your kids' college, put money away for a dream vacation every year, pay off debt, go out in the world and help people and just be part of organizations that do missions. That's something else that you can do. Save money for retirement. Those are things that many people have as a dream in their life, never achieve it. They never achieve it because why? They're at work somewhere else, working for somebody, building their dream. You have to work on your dream. And if you really bring out that desire, there is nothing that's going to hold you back from it. But you got to do whatever it takes. A lo fake. Whatever it takes, you got to do that. You have to just undenied a lo fake. You're going to get it done. So you got to decide tonight. You got to decide, which one am I? Am I going to be that amateur coach? Am I going to be that temporary business building coach? Or am I going to be a professional? Your choice. So I'm going to leave that in your hands. And I'm going to give you some tips before I open up the call. I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to set up your consistent sponsoring into your business. Always, always, always. This is number 1. It's made me successful, made my wife successful. Always, always, always work in pairs. Always work in pairs. Here's what I mean. Every time you give a presentation, when it comes to the moment where you ask somebody if they want to join your business or they want to join your challenge group, you should be doing it in pairs. Either you do it with another coach or you do it with your upline coach. Ivy and I have been successful at this. I think we have a closing ratio of in the 90% or something like that, because every time that we talk to somebody, it's 2 against 1. So it's pretty hard for that one person to change our minds to people. And when you're contacting somebody, they don't necessarily want to hear from you. They probably want to hear from somebody else. And if you are attacked by 2, if you always work in pairs, team up with your coaches, team up with your coach that really wants to do this, or team up with your upline and talk to them. Say, hey, I want to do a 3-way call with this person that's working in pairs. That's tip number 1. I hope you wrote this down, please, because it really works. Working in pairs is powerful, powerful. All right. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2. People come to a call, a presentation, a fit club with their mind made up already. They already know if they're going to work with you or they're not going to work with you. It doesn't matter what you say. Just really, really listen to me. It does not matter what you say. If you say it wrong, if you say it right, they're going to either get in business with you or not. They already came with their mind made up. It is up to you to just do so many presentations during the week. And when I say presentations, is either you get in front of them, telling them how excited you are about what you're doing, or that you're showing them the opportunity video or the ever felt like this video, whatever it is that you want to share with them. But the more presentations you do, the more you're going to hit those people that actually came in already making that decision that they're going to be in business with you. And the only reason they're in business with you is because they like you. The only way you're going to lose somebody is because they don't necessarily like you and you never took the time to build a relationship with them or to connect with them during the conversation, you know? So people come into a presentation with their mind made up. The only way that you mess it up is you do a lot of talking and you over talk them out of the opportunity. So shut your mouth, let the video talk, or just tell your own story and shut up. That is going to really work for you more than you telling them the facts and figures and this is how that works and this is how you lose fat and this is how the science is and this is what's in Shakeology and this is why Shakeology works. No, shut the hell up. All you got to do is tell them your story. Tell them your story. Tell them a teammate story and shut up. That's all they want to hear. Does it work? Does it work? That's all they want to hear. Does it work? Once they're convinced that it works, they're going to join your business. It doesn't matter. So please, tip number 2, people already come with their mind made up. Don't mess it up. Right? All right. Number 3, showing the opportunity consistently. You want to make it a habit that everybody that you contact eventually sees a presentation. You miss the bus every single time you stop and you prejudge. Don't prejudge. Don't do it. You never know. The people that you actually think are not going to do this are the people that do it. The people that right now you're thinking, I'm not going to call that person. I'm not going to show it to this person because of this. That's probably the person that will actually join your business and do it. So please don't prejudge. Show the opportunity consistently. Consistently. That's number 3. Number 4, team up with your coaches because duplication is what's going to happen in your business if you team up with your coaches. Team up at least for a week or 2. Come to their house, do trainings together, do something that it creates that bond between your coaches, your team. If you're not building that team culture, it's really hard for you to duplicate. You have to use duplication. Duplication is a key to this business. And the only way it's going to happen is if you team up. If you team up with your coaches. I could do that in Spanish in a minute, Evelyn. I already started in English, so I got to finish it up. So number 5, this is the last one. Use your new coaches network right away. They can either be a discount coach or an amateur coach. So what you want to do is within the first 30 days, get to know as many people as possible that from that new coach. And that's going to help. That's going to help a lot. Okay. So I'm going to stop right there. Hopefully you wrote down those 5 tips and that's going to help you with your efforts for sponsoring people. So I'm going to open it up and you tell me how you're going to step your business up, or if you're just deciding to just stay where you at. It depends on what you want to do. So I'm going to open it up. Let me see. I'll mute this. Okay, it's open for everybody. What you want to do is mute your line if you don't want to talk. But those of you that want to, go ahead and start. And then we'll keep
Carlos,
going.
¿puedes repetir 5, please?
Repetí
Can
what?
you repeat number 5?
Number 5.
Sí, please.
Number 5 is use your coach's network.
Okay. Okay, thank
Just
you.
using who they know.
Thank you.
All right, I want somebody to tell me what they learned today that they didn't know before. Go ahead. Something you learned today that you went, wow, I didn't know that.
Yo lo apunté todo, ya que la línea sigue callada. Yo voy a coger la demanda yo. I'm going to speak myself. Señores, esto está afuera. Ángela, me pican los poquitos. Miren, señores, cogiendo esto en serio, yo no me sabía nada de esto. And this is a new lesson as a coach. Esto yo lo voy a poner en mi nevera. I'm going to keep in mind. I do not have coach. Yo creo que soy una de las que tengo, not recent, pero yo soy una de las coaches de Andrew Ivanova que no tiene coaches. Y, sorry, ese es mi alarma, recordando mi comida. Y la verdad que esto es a good way for me to learn, a good way to start. Para cuando venga un coaches, where to put it, where am ¿dónde lo voy a guiar directamente? Esto es un big sample. Si ustedes no lo tenían antes, and you guys already son esmeraldas, son whatever rangos, esto para mí es un big help. Esto es una big lesson, porque yo estoy comenzando de abajo, yo no tengo coaches. No sé qué es, que se me hace difícil. Pero I keep pushing it. Esto que está aquí lo voy a poner en mi nevera. When I'm ready for these coaches, cuando vengan, I'm ready, I'm into it. So yo estoy hablando por mí. Y ustedes que ya son coaches, oh my God, you guys have super lessons.
Nice. That's good insight. Evelyn, you're itching to say something. Go ahead. I know you are.
Bueno, en algo que dijiste, es compartir con la persona, construir la relación con las personas que uno va entrando. Creo que es un punto súper importante. Porque aunque muchos sean discount, esa cosa, así mismo se van si no hay una conexión. Y también con los coaches, también sacar ese tiempo que a veces nos enfoca quizá en buscar otros clientes para después el flow, se enfoca en otras cosas y también a veces como que no saca tiempo para hacer la conexión y los que están ahí ya adentro. No solamente los que van a completar los otros puntos. Eso me di cuenta en esos días. Y cuando miré mi oficina, que vi que vi los coches, espérate, déjame buscar para atrás. No puedo, ya lo que he construido no puedo dejarlo perder. So, manteniendo y buscando nuevos. Claro, porque no todos van a ejercerse ni nada de eso, pero hay que mantener los otros. Y creo que lo que vamos a hacer a mí en toda la vida es así mismo, mantener una relación con la persona, sacar ese tiempo.
Bien importante.
Muy importante, ya. Y lo otro que disculpa que te estaba interrumpiendo, era porque tenía una muchacha que hablé con ella hoy, una de las coach, y está muy interesada, y ella, creo que se fue, no está ya, no importa. Es muy importante para ella que sea en español, por lo menos estas conferencias, pero las demás son en inglés.
Pues lo que hay que hacer es las notas que tú cogiste, compártela con
Sí.
ella.
Ya. Sí, tengo ya una cita con ella para darle un training y toda esa cosa.
Cool.
Yeah.
Negra, si tú necesitas ayuda, mira. Aquí la tengo dos.
Oh my God. Yo que tengo son 3, 4 líneas.
Es el que está hablando, señor, es un tremendo líder. En un par de steps.
No, pero a veces yo tengo que escuchar, ir anotando, pero también escuchar para que se me quede un poquito, que si no, voy por ahí.
Bien.
Bueno, eso fue lo que yo quería decir. Voy a ponerlo
Ahora,
en...
otra persona quiere hablar. Una cosa que quería... Do you have a story to tell from this week or this past week? Algo que te pasó que tú quieres compartir, you want to share with the team? It doesn't matter what it's for, personal development, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's team building. Algo que tú quieres compartir con el equipo. ¿Qué es? Dale, Catherine.
Es que yo estoy ready, abierta. Algo que aprendí de Carlos. Carlos me dice, Katy, ¿tú vienes para el evento? Es el de 15, que viene ahora, ¿verdad? Yo le dije, sí. ¿Tú vienes sola? Y le dije, sí, con Dios. Me dice, no, así tú no vas a crecer. Oigan, señores, eso fue escrito. No, así tú no vas a crecer, trate gente. Le dije, oigan, señora, la idea. Yo creyendo, pensando en el público, le digo, esas son las chicas de In My Group. Le digo, Carlos, mira, yo le dije que nos juntemos, que vamos todos a cooperar con la gasolina, el carro, el hotel, que es para que conozcan mis líderes, Nachas, Ivanova, en Carlos. You guys, que yo estoy abajo y ustedes son Esmeralda y el otro rango y el otro, que todo no me lo sé. Señor, ustedes son mis líderes. Ustedes son para mí alguien que yo estoy siguiendo.
Yeah.
Big sample. Entonces yo dije, así, vámonos, van a conocer todos mis líderes, va a haber un evento también, un entrenamiento, y we're gonna take pictures. Y el color de ellos en Virginia West, yo digo West Virginia, pero para allá, para ese lado, es blanco. Ay, y apúntense que vamos en bikini. Les cuento, mi gente, que Carlos me echó un boche. Aquí en serio. Carlos me dijo, no. Tú ves, por eso que no van a venir contigo, porque que tú se lo estás acomodando mucho. Y yo dije, pero ven acá, ¿qué fue lo que hice mal? Señores, yo lo arreglé. I listened to that guy right there. I fixed it. Le mandé el texto exactamente como Carlos me mandó un mensaje de voz. Y le dije, ahí te digo cómo me fue. Yo todavía estoy esperando. Le dije, mujeres, para más 15, lo dije yo al final del mes. Y ellas me dijeron, hubieron excusas, que el trabajo, los hijos, etcétera, etcétera. Y yo entiendo, pero le dije de esta manera. Yo voy para Virginia. ¿Quién viene conmigo? Me la traigo todita. Nos fuimos. Hello, ¿quién se apunta? Ahí comenzaron Katy, ¿cuánto es? ¿Cómo es? Ay, Katy, pero no tengo babysitter. Aunque hubieron excusas, pero actué de esa manera, como me dijo él. And I'm going to keep it like that. Hello.
Tiene que hacerlo y tú le vas a mandar un reminder de que eso va a estar buenísimo y que tú en verdad no quieres ir, pero tú sabes que tienes que estar ahí. Así que hay que decirlo. Yo no quiero ir, pero sé que tengo que estar ahí. Es diferente de decir, voy para allá, ¿quién quiere ir conmigo? Muy diferente. O también la técnica, yo no quiero ir, pero sé que yo tengo que estar ahí.
Y algo más, Carlos dijo, Catherine, dile que tú eres madre también. ¿Y por qué tú puedes y ella no?
Claro.
Yo soy single mom porque tú puedes y ellas no.
Yeah.
Así mismo se la tiré. Fue pa.
Y eso es lo que tienes que hacer constantemente, poner a tu persona a pensar, aunque se vea un poquito duro a veces, pero tú tienes que poner a tu gente a pensar, porque si tú lo dejas a donde están cómodos, no van a echar para adelante, no hacen nada. Así que de vez en cuando tiene que ponerse la dura, así como tú la tienes dura. Ellos también tienen que llevarla. No acomodarlo todo el tiempo. ¿Quién más está ahí? Déjame ver. Luz. ¿Cómo está Luz?
Hola. Bien. ¿Cómo están
¿Se está
todos?
poniendo ready?
¿Ah?
¿Se está poniendo ready para el 16?
Ah, pero tú sabes que no voy a estar ahí, yo creo, el 16. Como salga de la operación, voy.
Ay, está en operación. Bueno, pero no.
Sí. Sí, si me puedo levantar de esta cama, me vienen a buscar y me llevan.
Bueno,
Muy
pues,
con inicio negra.
vamos a ver que llevarte con una grúa. Está bien, ok.
Sí, ya Uchi dijo que venía a buscarme.
Ok, we'll do.
Déjala, a ver si viene.
Está bien, lo hacemos entonces. A ver, ¿quién más
Sabes
está?
que yo estoy en toa.
Ya lo sabe. Ángela o Ive Peralta, I'm very proud of you. Está trabajando fuerte. I know you're going to make that goal. You're going to do it. Ángela, háblame. Está muy busy.
Thank you, Carlos.
No, te veo, estoy trabajando. I know you're doing it.
Estamos en eso.
Let me see. La gente que está en teléfono, hablen. You got a voice too. Anything you learned, algo que conocieron hoy, que se le entró. Was that a toilet?
No, eso es, oh my Lord, eso es la street de la... Yo pensaba que no era el Santo Vivo, se escuchaba la mezcla.
All right. Bueno, pues entonces, si nadie quiere compartir algo, yo le voy a
Yo quiero
decir.
compartir algo más, sorry. Ay, sí, si ya por mí yo hablo toda la noche.
Espérate, yo quiero compartirle algo.
Ok, go.
Esta semana ha sido una semana de bendiciones puras en la vida de nosotros. Nosotros estamos en una transición de muchos cambios familiares y ahora esta semana fue bien crítica en lo que tenemos que hacer y se vio que se manifestó Dios entre nosotros, porque se ve que lo que nosotros queremos no es lo que Dios quiere. Y nos dijo, papá, y nos dijo, mira, tú no vas a hacer eso. Y vinimos acá con una mente y nos vamos con otra. Pero la lección que aprendimos nosotros es que no todo lo que uno quiere, Dios te va a proveer, porque hay veces que Él te dice, no es tu tiempo, no es tu tiempo. Y tú no puedes patalear como persona. No patalees, no te pongas a remolderte y tirar moño para acá y tirar lo que sea. Tú tienes que entender que no todo lo que tú quieres, Dios te lo va a dar. Así mismo como tú eres papá y todo lo que tus muchachos te piden, tú no se lo das todo el tiempo. Y uno tiene que entender eso, que muchas cosas Dios no te las da a ti y muchas veces porque no es por tu bien y tú no lo entiendes. Pero tú crees que sí, pero no lo entiendes. Y nos cogió entender eso para estar tranquilo, porque si no íbamos a estar mortificados. Y yo quiero que ustedes entiendan eso, que si algo le está pasando ahora en su vida, que tiene que ver con que le has pedido algo a Dios y no está pasando, in due time, al tiempo indicado es que Él te lo va a dar. No te ponga a patalear, no diga, ay, ¿por qué a mí no me está pasando? ¿Por qué no me funciona? No, por favor. Dejen que Dios obre en tu vida. Él hace lo imposible. Tú encárgate de hacer lo posible. Lo imposible se encarga Él. Así que quiero que entiendan eso porque nos pasó a nosotros esta semana. Quiero que ustedes se queden con esa, por favor. It was good. It was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Última cosa, Catherine, antes de cerrar.
Oh, le voy a contar. Una señora tiene una mujer que se quiere ver bien operada, ¿no? Ok, perfecto. La señora puso un restaurante y de que lo puso ha aumentado su libra. Y la señora me ha escuchado Catherine Zumba. Ok. Ella no sabe todo mi historial de mi background, de lo que yo conozco, de hacer ejercicio. So, la señora me llama y me dice, Katy, en verdad te voy a decir algo. Tengo 12 años probando un producto con el champú, el rinse, mi proteína, las cosas de fregar, los papeles del baño, la servilleta. Yo la entendí. Le dije, ok, yo le ofrezco. Yo le dije, ¿qué usted quiere que yo haga? Hábleme usted a mí. Dígame, ¿en qué yo le puedo servir? Katy, yo necesito que tú me ayudes a rebajar estas libras. Le dije, ok, perfecto. Esto es lo que yo estoy haciendo de Beachbody. Sí, me han dicho que es buenísima para entrenar a una persona. Señores. Yo dije, ok, me fui por ahí. So, personal trainer, instructora de Zumba, de kickboxing, step class. Y ahora de Beachbody, esto es una bomba. Bueno, pues yo agarro y le digo a la señora, mire, para yo trabajar con usted, usted tiene que comprar este paquete, etc. Y I follow, yo estoy siguiendo mis pasos, mis 6 steps. Ok, me callo, le escucho. Me dice, en verdad yo no quiero dejar mi compañía. Y le dije, vamos a hacer algo. Se la tiré dura, tigueraje dominicano. O usted hace sí, señores, vamos inteligentes, porque la mujer de negocio, tiene salón y restaurante. Yo se la tiré a los dominicanos. Usted lleva su producto y yo le cobro como entrenadora personal, que las clases no son nada baratas, oigan bien. O usted compra mi producto, oigan bien, y yo le doy la nutrición gratis y le entreno. Señores, ¿usted sabe cómo fue que ella terminó? Katy, mañana ven, que eso fue hoy, a las 4:30, para que hablemos de las sesiones, cómo vamos a hacer para las clases. Y la señora me dijo a mí, ella se va a tirar la foto mañana para pesarse y mandármela. Y si Dios lo permite, para el lunes, porque ya el fin de semana se le hace muy difícil comunicarse conmigo. Ya el lunes, si Dios lo permite, ella va a comprar su producto. ¿Qué prefirió ella? Ok, Katy, mira, si el challenge es de 90 días, yo lo voy a llevar. Y así yo me pongo como tú dices. No le estoy hablando de una gente joven, le estoy hablando de unos 50 y algo, 40 y algo. Ok, pero la señora se quiere ver bien. Se quitó seno porque tenía mucho. Se puso booty, pero su par de libritas la está echando. Señora, que usa la tecnología, el tigueraje dominicano. O sea, ella es dominicana. Ella me salta, que es mi producto. Y me lo volvió y me lo repitió. Después que yo termine con tu producto, yo no quiero dejar el mío. Y le dije, perfecto. Solo deme el primer mes de transformación. Y usted, sí, Katy, ¿es un mes o 30 o 90 días? Y le dije, 90 días. En 90 días esa señora va a terminar conmigo.
Yeah.
Eso es lo que quería compartir.
Sí. Entiendo en qué compañía está ella, pero entiendo eso.
Yo no sé. Yo no sé, Carlos. Ella me dijo un name, I forgot. Me forgot.
Yeah. Ok. Eso está bueno. Sigue ahí. Está buenísimo. Ok, so aquí termina la llamada. I'm going to finish the call right now. And I know at the end there's some Spanish testimonies and some Spanish speaking, but you got most of the call. As soon as I get this recording up, I'm going to post it on the 413 Global website. So share it. I'm going to try to put it on YouTube. Share it with your teammates, share it with the people that didn't see this. So I'll put the link on the 413 Global group page. Please, guys, are you doing your coach training? Are you doing the coach training in the online office? Are you going to your online office and checking your status? Are you still an Emerald? Are you staying on top of your business? All that stuff, you gotta do it. Every week. You gotta check your status. Also, 413global.com has a lot of information in there, has a lot of training. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of the audio training. All those audio calls, man, do it. Do it. Okay, so good night. And I will see you here next week. Same time, same channel. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.